iPhone 6 leaked photos show us its future housing. The HTC One M8 seems to be off to a positive start in sales, and Samsung may look to Google in its trial against Apple. I'm Jaime Rivera, and hey, if the price is right, I don't mind. I would definitely serve as a witness, right? This is Pocketnow Daily. Let's start today off with some official news that are quite good, actually. We were expecting for the HTC One M8 to make some significant growth in its initial sales, and so far the news have been positive. Taiwan is reporting that the phone has a substantial demand, but sadly we don't get specific numbers just yet. We're going to have to wait for the quarter results. Hopefully this will mean a better wind for HTC after so many disappointments in sales last year. But aside from that, for those of you that were concerned about the HTC One M8, massaging benchmarks, well, as it turns out, the phone does include a setting for you to turn that off, which they included and made available to those people that want power-hungry games. So, interesting. Let's see the description for full details on that. Now let's talk about Apple, as the company has just sent out an email to all developers making it clear that as of tomorrow we will be seeing some price differences in international app stores. And the reason why is because obviously there is an exchange rate. It's quite fluctuating in certain countries, and we have a full list of the countries that are being affected in the links to the description, but so far it makes you wonder exactly how Apple is going to make that, keep that happening as exchange rates continue fluctuating. It's going to continue happening, so stay tuned for that. Now let's talk about the Apple versus Samsung trial. There are some very interesting news, as it turns out that Samsung is planning to ask Google to be part of the trial as a witness. Apparently, Samsung is going to ask Andy Rubin himself, one of the creators of Android, to come over and tell the story of Android, how it was born and how it does not copy Apple's iOS. Even though iOS was first, or looked the way it does first, and then Android swapped everything and looked more like it. But anyways, you be the judge of that in the comments down below. This is going to be very interesting, as once there's a court order, Google is going to have to attend. Let's see. Let's talk about Microsoft and its Windows Phone 8.1, as we've got two very interesting rumors. First of all, it seems that the company is considering adding an extra row of live tiles to their Windows Phone 8.1 operating system, which is great, for any device that has a display above 4.5 inches. Great. But even more interesting is that apparently the company is also considering allowing you to run applications from your micro SD card, which you could do so many years ago in Windows Mobile, but you will need a micro SD card that's above Class 6, so let's see how that goes. And finally, for the very, very interesting news of the day, we get the first leaked photo of the iPhone 6. We don't know if this is going to be the 4.7-inch variant or not, but it sure looks like it. It looks like a bigger iPhone in every way, but it looks a lot like an iPhone. It's just really interesting to see that there is really not much change in design here, except for the fact that it's a bigger phone. But even though I could say that this could be a 3D printout, this photo did come from Foxconn, and since Apple's become terrible at keeping secrets, we could just say that this is the real deal. But aside from that, this designer made a mock-up of the recent schematics that were leaked for the iPhone 6 in its phablet variant. And this is very interesting, as the phone looks really, really hot. And we have a glass back, so could we expect that Sapphire will make that glass back? That leads me to the question of the day. What do you think about the leaked photos and the renders that we just have of the iPhone 6 in both models? Leave us a comment down below. In my case, if that phablet were real, it is really hot. And friends, you know the drill. If you want to get the news earlier before this video is filmed, make sure you follow us on Pocketnow.com and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. You can also follow me on Twitter, Jaime_Rivera. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I am Jaime Rivera. Thank you very much for watching. We will see you tomorrow. An iPhone 5C catches fire on a 13-year-old for sitting on it. Leaks of the HTC M8 prove that there are some dramatic camera improvements, and it seems that the iWatch will do more than just track your sleep and fitness. I'm Jaime Rivera, and that's actually a great deal. I do need something that helps me sleep that's not alcohol. This is Pocketnow Daily. Let's start today off with some official news, as Samsung has just announced more faux leather Galaxy S4 variants, and this time they're being launched in South Korea. We get a couple of colors, including the rose gold variants, which is really interesting, but what even makes this more interesting is that these are actually better than the black edition phones that were launched in Russia, because these ones do have LTE Advanced, which does mean that there is a Snapdragon 800 processor on these. So let's just hope that we do get these phones, although we are expecting the Galaxy S5 to be launched the next couple of days. Now let's talk about Sony, as one of the phones that really caught our eye at CES 2014 was the Sony Xperia Z1 Compact. And I wish those names were smaller, but as it turns out, even though the company figured out how to squash flagship specifications on a smaller phone, customers are complaining about some bleed in the flash when taking photographs at night. So obviously we haven't been able to verify this. Please leave us a comment down below if you are experiencing these issues, as Sony hasn't really told us anything about it yet. And speaking of smartphone issues, let's talk about Apple, as an iPhone 5C just left second-degree burns on a teenager in the state of Maine in the United States. And the reason why was not because she was using a fake cable or because she replaced the battery. This was a 2-month-old iPhone 5C, and all she remembers doing is sitting on the phone while it was in her pant pocket. So it turns out that apparently she snapped the battery when that happened, and a couple of minutes later it ignited. So obviously there is an investigation. There will most probably be a lawsuit. So while that happens and while we figure out why this happened, put your iPhone on your front pocket, just in case. Now let's talk about the HTC M8, as we've got 3 different pieces of news that are kind of conflicting. First of all, we get a leaked photo of the phone with dual cameras, which is interesting. It also has a dual flash, but it's the same HTC One, only with new cameras. We also have some other leaks that say that the phone is including a high-resolution camera at the front, which is great. It's something that we're expecting. And HTC has been doing a lot with that, you know, with the wide-angle cameras at the front and everything. But even more interesting is an HTC executive from Europe saying that somebody has been photoshopping things on Twitter. Or wait, he said on Twitter that somebody's been photoshopping things, so obviously it could be that these photos are fake, so stay tuned. We'll see. Let's hope that the HTC One Plus or M8 or whatever it's going to be called looks a little better than the HTC One, if that's even possible. And finally, for the hot news of the day, Apple has just hired a guy named Ray Raymond from Philips Research, and this guy is not just a sleep expert. He's also an expert in sensors that help people sleep through his therapy without the need of medication, which is extremely interesting, and we're expecting for that to happen for the iWatch. And aside from that, we also get some interesting rumors that Apple is going to be using the LG G2 step battery technology for the first generation iWatch in order to make it have a great battery, because the G2 does have a great battery. So we're seeing that the iWatch is not just going to be one of these fitness and sleep tracking watches, but also something that could probably help you sleep and obviously be available to you while you sleep without the need for you to be charging it, because that would have to be the purpose. But anyways, that leads you to the question of the day. What would you like this iWatch to do that current watches or Fitbits can't do? Because in my particular case, yes, if I would have an assistant for my sleeping, an assistant for my fitness, it would be a really compelling gadget. But leave us a comment down below. What do you think? And friends, you know the drill. If you want to get the news earlier before this video is filmed, make sure you follow us on PocketNow.com and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. You can also follow me on Twitter, Jaime_Rivera. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I am Jaime Rivera. Thank you very much for watching. We will see you tomorrow.